So I have a story to tell you. This is a story about a fearful fox and a confident crane. Both animals were presented with the same opportunity, a large, fruitful tree full of delicious berries that had just blossomed. And this was a rare sight that only occurred every few years in this particular forest where they were. Now, the fearful fox, despite being agile and more than capable of climbing, hesitated at the base of the tree. What if I fall? What if the branches can't hold me? What if I make a fool out of myself in front of all the other animals? The fearful fox was paralyzed by these thoughts, allowing doubt to steal its chance at tasting the delightful berries. On the other hand, the confident crane, despite not being naturally equipped for climbing trees, assessed the situation and devised a clever plan. It used its long beak and even longer legs to maneuver itself strategically from branch to branch, treating each step as a calculated risk rather than a potential failure. Eventually, it reached the top and feasted on the delicious berries, savoring each one as a reward for its courage. Days later, the forest was hit by a sudden food shortage. The fearful fox, still grounded by its insecurities, struggled to find enough food to eat. The confident crane, on the other hand, thrived, not just because it had feasted on the berries, but because its confidence enabled it to tackle challenges and seize opportunities that the fearful fox couldn't even dream of. So, what's the moral of this story? Confidence, or the lack of it, can make or break your chances at seizing life's rare and fruitful opportunities. Today's episode is about understanding where you stand on the confidence scale and how to elevate it, opening doors to unimaginable opportunities. Are you the fearful fox, or are you ready to be the confident crane? I want to add that this episode is based on one exercise that's in my new Why Can't I Move Forward workbook. You can get this workbook for free by going to brianrobinsoncoaching.com/drive forward workbook. In section 1 of the workbook, which is a self-assessment, I ask you to rate your confidence. Today's episode is geared towards giving you some background on the importance of knowing where you are in regards to your confidence so that you can move towards the life you truly want. So here are a few questions for you. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your confidence right now? What would you do differently in your life if you had unshakable confidence? Can you imagine the opportunities that would come your way if you could elevate that confidence level? If any of these questions caught your attention, then today's episode is tailor-made for you. We're going to talk about how rating your confidence can unlock unimaginable opportunities in both your personal and professional life. And I want you to really listen closely because I have like 6 points that I'm going to tell you about today. And in a few of those points, especially later, I give you some other actions, some other ways within those points that you can really live this out. And believe me, I have lived this out myself, and I've coached a lot of people using these same techniques. So this will help you. Before I dive in, will you please do me a huge favor? Please click that like button and smash that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the tips that I release each week. Let's go ahead with point number 1, why confidence matters. So confidence is more than just a state of mind. It's the fuel that prepares you towards your dreams. It's the key ingredient that enables you to take focused action and achieve whatever you want in life. Without confidence, even the best plans can fall apart. Low confidence can be a barrier to applying for that dream job or making that investment or even asking someone out on a date. Point number 2 is the confidence scale. So why is it critical to rate your confidence? Think of it like a gauge in your car that measures fuel, like your fuel gauge. Knowing where you stand allows you to identify areas for improvement. A 1 on the confidence scale might mean that you're doubting every decision that you make, whereas a 10 would mean that you're ready to conquer the world. Which brings me to point number 3, intrinsic confidence. Now, this is the type of confidence that often goes unnoticed, but it's incredibly powerful. Intrinsic confidence, this is the confidence that comes from within, built on self-belief and a deep-rooted sense of your own value. It's not dependent on external achievements or validation. So how can you build intrinsic confidence? Well, here are 4 ways, and there are more than these 4 ways, but I just wanted to give you these 4 ways that you can get started right now to do just that. Number 1 is self-reflection. Spend time with yourself to understand your strengths and weaknesses. Acknowledge them, as self-awareness is the first step towards intrinsic confidence. Now, this is where someone like me, or coach, or your support team can come around you and help you with understanding your strengths and maybe even some of your weaknesses. But it's a good idea to have someone who can have a sense of your strengths and remind you, because there could be some strengths that you're not seeing about yourself. Number 2 is mindfulness. And also I want to add meditation. Practicing mindfulness helps you focus on the present, stripping away external judgments and allowing you to feel confident in your own skin. Number 3 is setting personal boundaries. When you learn to say no and prioritize your own needs and naturally build intrinsic confidence, this is a great thing. These personal boundaries is super important so that you can nurture and take care of yourself. Number 4 is gratitude. Keeping a gratitude journal can remind you of your past successes and inherit qualities that make you unique and valuable. So this brings me to point number 4, steps to boost your confidence. 4 actionable steps that you can take to help boost your confidence, like right now. Step number 1 is set achievable goals. Start small and build your way up. Each achievement adds fuel to your confidence. I have this saying that I tell all my clients, and you've probably heard me say this before if you've been watching my videos: action leads to momentum. Number 2 is practice self-affirmations. Daily affirmations can shape your mindset in a very positive way. Number 3 is physical activity. Exercise releases endorphins, which naturally makes you feel more confident. And number 4 is learn continuously. The more skilled you become, the more confident you'll feel in your abilities. So what about the ripple effect? So this brings me to point number 5. Like, what happens with all this confidence, right? What can start happening in your life? When you begin to elevate your confidence, you'll notice a ripple effect in other areas of your life. Relationships improve, career opportunities present themselves, and you find yourself willing to step out of your comfort zone more often. Before I wrap up today's deep dive into confidence, there's one more critical aspect that we need to touch on, which is separating your actions from results. Which brings me to point number 6, which is separating actions from results to maintain confidence. You see, it's easy to feel confident when everything is going your way, when you're hitting those milestones or achieving those goals. But what about when things don't go as planned? You might give your best presentation and still lose the client, or you may prepare thoroughly for an interview and not get the job. It's essential to remember that these outcomes do not define you or your worth. Your confidence should not be shaken by external circumstances or results that are beyond your control. So here are 3 ways to maintain confidence by separating your actions from results. Number 1 is own your actions. Be proud of the effort and integrity that you put into your actions. Know that you've done your best and that's all you can do. Number 2 is detach from outcomes. Once the action is taken, let go of the attachment to the outcome. You can influence, but you can't control all variables. Number 3 is learn and adapt. Regardless of the results, there's always something to learn. Use this newfound knowledge as your fuel for your next venture. By adopting this mindset, you protect your confidence from the unpredictable ups and downs of life. Your confidence then becomes a stable internal force that drives you forward no matter what challenges you face. Before I wrap up, I want to give you an invaluable tool that can help you take this journey to the next level. I told you in the beginning of this episode, I've developed a free workbook called Why Can't I Move Forward? This workbook is designed to help you dig deep into the challenges holding you back and give you actionable steps to overcome them. Click the link in the notes below this episode to download it for free. So there you have it. Remember, the path to success starts with the steps you take to boost your confidence. I want you to rate your confidence. I want you to work on it and unlock doors to unimaginable opportunities. In the comments below, tell me if you found this episode helpful, have any additional insights on the topic. I really love hearing from you, and I want you to know that your input helps others too. I invite you to join the Elevators inbox at brianrobinsoncoaching.com for some helpful tips and tools and resources sent to your inbox each week. I promise I won't spam you, and you can unsubscribe at any time. And finally, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Coach Brian.